Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. We come to you tonight from Crown Point High School as Region Sports Network presents live video coverage of Indiana girls basketball as the visiting Columbia City Eagles take on the Crown Point Bulldogs. My name is Quincy Bell, and I will have all of the play-by-play for tonight's action. And joining me with the color analysis is Doug Nelson. Good evening to you, Doug. We should have a fantastic matchup on our hands. Both these teams, Columbia City and Crown Point, have looked very strong to start the year.
Yeah, nothing better than a little pre-conference basketball, right? Teams are kind of gearing up toward their conference section of their schedule, and good quality basketball here at Crown Point tonight.
Crown Point starts the year 5-0, Columbia City 5-1. These two met last year. Columbia City came out on top in that one. They were ranked second in the 3A girls basketball poll, eventually fell in the Final Four, but they are back and they look as strong as ever. And Crown Point starting the year undefeated, led by Ava Ritchie, averaging 21.7 points per game and 7 steals. She has been a major X factor for the Bulldogs so far this year.
Yeah, she's one of the better players here in Northwest Indiana, and she's got a bright future in front of her, and she's got a lot of talent around her to help her out.
Both these teams are 1-0 on the day. Crown Point took down Northridge in the early game today. Columbia City took down Maryville in the second game of the day. So both of these teams looking to sweep the weekend and go 2-0. Yeah,
and when you come to a tournament like this, it's nice to you'll take a split, but 2-0, like I said, that kind of makes your turkey taste a little bit better next week.
For those that don't know, Columbia City is a little bit to the west of Fort Wayne, so them coming all the way out here, it would be a dream scenario if they were able to go 2-0 and steal a win from Crown Point here. A 3A school, but they're as equipped as any to take down Crown Point, that's for sure.
Yeah, good. Quality basketball is quality basketball. Again, one of the better teams here in the region is Michigan City Marquette. That's a 1A school, and they've made a habit of going down to Indianapolis, so it doesn't really, the way these rules are now, it doesn't really matter with the size of the school.
And if you're a smaller school and if you play enough games against great teams out of conference, it's just going to prepare you for the teams that are your own size in your own conference. So it's always good for teams to get that sort of experience. Starting lineups and anthems will be coming up here shortly. Mayor Pete Land and the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldog Athletics and say, "Go Bulldogs!" Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in the city services, and encouraging smart growth. Open ski returns to the Timothy Gurish Ice Rink at Bulldog Park on Friday, November 28th, weather permitting. For a complete schedule of hours, visit crownpoint.in.gov. Starting lineup for Columbia City, it's Anissa Tonkel, Sola Holler, Isabel Miller, Claudia Strack, and Izzy Knitter. Should be a strong starting five. Tonkel is averaging 12 points per game. She is the leading scorer for Columbia City, shooting 46% from three. She knows how to light it up from outside.
Yeah, there's not too many shooters around here that are dead spot-up shooters, the way that the old school shooter used to be. But that's a pretty good percentage from the three-point line.
Starting five for Crown Point, it's Sydney Hale, Ava Ritchie, Addison Seibert, Ava Punak, and Ivy Henderson. No seniors and 3 sophomores to go with 2 juniors in this starting five for Crown Point. They are young, but they definitely know how to play at a high level. Ritchie, like we said, averaging 7 steals per game. Punak, 3 steals per game, so just 2 of their starting 5. That's 10 steals per game right there. They really get after it on the defensive end.
Yeah, and the team that won state here recently with Carruthers and all of her and Stoddard and those guys, they played tough man-to-man defense, in your face, make you uncomfortable defense, and that's what Coach Stengel's modeling his team after here this year.
So most likely this starting 5 will all be around next season, so this could be a preview of some really big things to come for Crown Point girls basketball as the hype video just finishes up, and the Lady Bulldogs will be making their way onto the court soon. But this is looking to be a very good game, Doug, and I'm pretty sure we're going to find out why they saved this one for last today.
Yeah, again, it's two teams they like to score the basketball, and they can score it many different ways. As you mentioned, Crown Point with Ritchie, and they also have the 6'4" Ivy Henderson inside. So they can score on the inside and outside, and they score a little bit off their defensive pressure as well.
6'4", she's a big rebounding force inside, one of the leading rebounders for Crown Point. Punak as well at 5'11", averages 6.3 rebounds per game. Hale averages 4.3, so they know how to get after it on the glass as well. We're going to have the national anthem coming up here in a moment, I believe. Or maybe we're just starting. I think it looks like we're just starting.
Yeah, I think they've did it this morning and maybe probably at the beginning of this session as well. But I don't think they're going to do it here tonight.
Makes sense. So we are just about ready for game time here at Crown Point High School. It's Claudia Strack against Ivy Henderson for the opening tip. Both these teams are a combined 10-1, but somebody's going to have to fall today. 8 minutes on the clock, 4 quarters in today's game. Columbia City and Crown Point ready to get it started in the nightcap, and we're underway. Henderson wins the tip, and Ava Ritchie will control things for the first possession for Crown Point.
Yeah, Columbia City starts out in a little 3-2 zone.
On the wing, looking for space is Seibert in the corner to Punak. Throws it inside to Henderson. It got knocked away, and Columbia City comes away with a steal on their first defensive possession.
Yeah, forcing it into Henderson, and Columbia City was playing pretty nice post defense there.
With the ball at the top of the key is Izzy Knitter. She's looking for space on the right wing. She finds Tonko at the top of the key.
As we mentioned, Crown Point's going to play this man-to-man defense. And
corner 3 is no good from Isabel Miller. Henderson goes down with the rebound, and she will drop it back to Ritchie, who will set up the play for Crown Point.
Part of the Crown Point coaching staff is a guy named Mike Gollenbeck, Tom Gollenbeck, and he was a coach at Griffith for a long time and an assistant coach at Andrean, and he's known for his pack line defense and that Dick Bennett idea.
Virginia won a national championship playing that way, got a 1 seed. If you can play it the correct way, it can be a very potent way to play and stifle different teams. Into the lane, right-handed layup off the glass is good for Ava Punak, and Crown Point starts the scoring tonight.
Yeah, it takes away those dribbling lanes and forces you to beat them from the perimeter for the most part.
Columbia City looking to drive into the lane. Miller looking for space at the free throw line, now drops it out on the wing for Izzy Knitter. Looking for space. Thrown inside and knocked out of bounds. Possession will go to Crown Point.
But it's also nice to have Henderson inside and say if you come in the lane, you're gonna have to score over 6'4". So put pressure on the ball and contest everything on the perimeter.
Crown Point loving to lean on the defensive end. Columbia City playing up near half court, playing a little high with the 2-3 zone, trying to not give these Crown Point guards any room to work. Pernak drives through the defense, splits the double team, and scores again. She has the first 4 points for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Columbia City's switched to man-to-man now, and Punak's doing a really good job of slashing and moving without the basketball.
Anissa Tonka with it for Columbia City. Now throws it over to Isabel Miller. Top of the key, Knitter. Throws it over to Claudia Strack. Now a deep baseline jumper for Knitter, and she knocks it down.
Yeah, and that, again, if you're going to beat Crown Point, that's how it's going to happen. It's going to have to happen from the outside, and that was kind of an intermediate jumper there.
And now Columbia City coming out with a little bit of a trap here. Crown Point's able to get it across half court, but they are really mixing up their defense here. In the corner is Addison Seibert. She was open underneath for a split second. She throws it up to Ritchie for a 3, and she hits it.
You just like to see guard play where the guards never look rattled, right? Ritchie never looks rushed. She never looks hurried. She's taking care of the basketball, managing the game.
Top of the key 3 for Columbia City. It's no good. Off Tora Holler. But she gets it back, looking for space on the right wing. Drives into the lane, throws it up off glass. No good. It rattles out. Tough rebound is corralled by Strack, but she lost it.
Again, that's the impact that Henderson has in the lane there on the defensive end.
Ritchie throws it on the wing, now gets it back. Crown Point cycling it around the perimeter. Thrown to the wing for Ritchie. Down low to Henderson, got knocked away and taken away by Columbia City.
Yeah, you got to dribble down there and create a better angle.
Columbia City working quickly. Down low, layup is good for Claudia Strack.
That's one way to beat Quincy, but that's one way to beat the Henderson effect is to beat her down the floor.
And that's what they did. Columbia City got a little bit too aggressive on that trap. They will get Izzy Knitter for the foul, I believe. Punak will head to the bench in favor of Sophie Hart, the 6'1 senior.
It's nice to be able to bring 6'1 off the bench.
Not many teams have that much depth. Here's a three from Tonko. She knocks it down, and Columbia City has tied this one up at 7.
Yeah, again, decent amount of points here early on, and putting the ball in the basket allows them to set up their press defense.
Ritchie the other way, pulls a deep jumper for 2, and she knocks it down. Back and forth they go. Crown Point leads at 9-7. Quickly the other way go the Eagles. Tora Holler throws it over to Tonko. Gets past Ritchie to the free throw line, now kicks it out. Gets it back, thought about a 3. Now she'll kick it to the corner. Here's a 3. No good. Long. Fight for the rebound. 2 players. It's a tie-up. It'll go to whoever has the possession arrow at the moment. Looks like that's Columbia City. So they will keep it with 3:20 to go in the first quarter, but both these teams getting up and down the court, scoring a decent amount of points here to start. Baseline inbound for Columbia City finds the hands of Anissa Tonko. She spins, gets into the lane, throws up a layup, misses it long, and Crown Point secures the rebound.
Yeah, she ran into the 6'4" in the middle there, and even if she didn't block the shot, she still affects the shot.
Ava Ritchie looking to set up a play, throws it over to Sophie Hart. High post Henderson to the corner. Ritchie pulls a 3, misses it just long. And Tora Holler comes down with the rebound. Up ahead to Tonko. Throws it over, and Ritchie almost came away with a steal in transition, but just decided to knock it out of bounds. She, like we said, 7 steals per game, and she was lurking for one right there.
Yeah, she's got active hands, and she's always on her toes, ready to make a play. You know, she's got some offers already coming in as a sophomore guard, and she's got a bright future in front of her.
She has 5 points so far in this first quarter. She averages 21 points a game. Columbia City looking to keep pace down 2 early in this one. Isabel Miller kicks it to the corner. Another 3. Just long, but Columbia City will keep it. Looking to go back up, but now they kick it out. Strong rebound there from Jillian Morrow coming in off the bench, but Columbia City turns it over. Ritchie slowly the other way, and she's been controlling the ball up the court almost every single time for Crown Point.
Little horn set. The post players are just kind of following around, ready for the pick and roll move.
Ritchie throws it inside, too tall for Punak, out of bounds. Possession will go back to the Eagles. 2 players checking in for them. Strack will return, along with Kennedy Tucker into the game for the first time.
Yeah, she must have thought Henderson was still in there, posting up 6'4". That was a little high.
A little too tall. Columbia City looking quickly. They've taken a fair amount of 3s today, a lot from that far corner. Tonko thought about another corner 3, but she'll drive baseline. Now throws it opposite corner. Nice drive underneath. Layup is just short from Izzy Knitter. And Punak has the rebound up ahead to Ritchie in transition. She attacks and got fouled by Tora Holler.
Yeah, Ritchie had a little hesitation move there. Got the defense to stand up a little bit. And
so that is her first foul. And Crown Point will inbound this one from underneath the basket. Ritchie with 5 points for Crown Point. Punak with the other 4. And Punak has it near the top of the key, looking for space. Down low to Hart. Throws up a shot, no good. Long rebound, she gets it back, throws it in the middle to Punak. She lost it out of bounds. It hit off her knee, And Columbia City will have it back the other way with a minute 29 to go in quarter number 1.
Yeah, good strong moves there by Crown Point. They're in the paint. You don't want to be fading away. You want to stay in position and rebound, and that's what they did there.
Anissa Tonko slowly the other way for Columbia City. She's hit a 3 today. Helped get Columbia City back in this one. They were down 7-2 early, but then quickly tied it at 7-7. She drives, kicks it to the corner. Here's a 3, no good, it's short. Not enough strength there from Tora Holler. Still, Columbia City getting after it on the glass. Layup rolls around and drops. Claudia Strack with 2 points, ties this one up at 9.
Yeah, with Henderson not in the game, they're really taking advantage of those offensive rebound opportunities.
And Columbia City is back to the trap. They've really been switching things up almost every possession on the defensive end. Ritchie beats it, kicks it to the corner. Here's a 3 from Grizic, no good. Long rebound is fought for, and Ritchie comes away with it.
She's like an Energizer bunny, man. She's just all over the place.
She is everywhere right now. Punak looking into the lane, lost it, scramble for it, it rolls out of bounds. It was off of Columbia City, so Crown Point will keep it with 26 seconds left in the first quarter. And I'm pretty sure if Ritchie is allowed to play every minute of this game, she will with that much energy.
Yeah, we talk about good players don't get tired, right? You find a way and keep moving forward.
Baseline inbound for Crown Point. Columbia City defending it well, but they do get it up top to Ritchie. On the wing, Sophie Hart. Crown Point looking for space outside. Ritchie drives, floater, just misses long. Fight for the rebound. It comes to Kennedy Tucker. 10 seconds. Columbia City working quickly. Tonko into the lane, bounce pass down low is ripped away, scramble for it. Columbia City gets it back, pulls a 3, misses it short. Long rebound at the buzzer, put back up and in by Izzy Knitter. And the Eagles grab the lead at the final seconds of the first quarter.
Little follow your shot, the old school adage there.
So at the buzzer, Columbia City makes it 11-9. We'll step aside for a moment. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in Crown Town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Be sure to stay connected with all things Region Sports by supporting and following us on social media. We're always active on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and online at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. The visitors, the Columbia City Eagles, coming all the way from near Fort Wayne. They lead this one 11-9 at the end of the first quarter, thanks to a buzzer beater by Izzy Knitter to close out that first quarter. And they're currently looking for steals on the defensive end.
Yeah, they went back to that 3-2 zone to start the second quarter.
They were mixing it up almost every possession defensively to start the game. Crown Point pulls a 3, and they knock it down. Long 3, Addison Seibert hits it, and Crown Point with the lead back. It's 12-11.
Yeah, in the 3-2 zone, that's the spot that's open in the corner. The bottom person in the zone's got to really close out and get out to the ball as the ball's in the air.
Drive into the lane, floater rattles around, does not go. Rebound put back up and in by Izzy Knitter. She is everywhere on the glass today for the Eagles.
Those second chance opportunities, and that kind of keeps coaches awake.
Columbia City leads at 13-12. Crown Point struggling to get it across. Ritchie drives, kicks it. Thinking about a corner 3 with Seibert again, but now it's cycled around for Crown Point. They drive into the lane. Layup off glass is good for Alaya Menchaca. Back and forth these two go. Crown Point with the lead back again.
Good job attacking, penetrating, getting the ball in the paint, get those paint touches.
Columbia City has been hitting their shots from outside, and they have been working well on the glass as well. A lot of offensive rebounds for the Lady Eagles so far early in this one. Tonko working against Ava Ritchie. Kicks it up top. Tora Holler dishes it. Knitter, baseline. Back outside, thrown inside, but a little bit of miscommunication there, and Crown Point has a steal.
Yeah, they're running a little 4-out, 1-in dribble drive, and Crown Point's doing a pretty good job of containing those gaps, as we mentioned.
Ritchie over to Sydney Hale in the corner. Menchaca looking. Now back up top to Hale. Throws it into the corner off the feet of Seibert. She drives, kicks it outside. Hale for three. Missed everything. And Tonko has the rebound up ahead to Knitter. Columbia City looking to push in transition. They pull a three. No good. It's too long from Holler, and Crown Point has the rebound tipped, but it comes to Ritchie. She'll set up the play with just under 6 to go in the half.
You see, Crown Point also runs a little 4-out, 1-in with Henderson up on top setting ball screens.
Ritchie pulls a mid-range jumper. No good, too long. Long rebound comes out to Anissa Tonko. She throws it way up ahead. A terrific outlet pass, and
nice.
The layup is good from Tora Holler.
Yeah, way to look up the floor. There's an old school pass there.
That is so far, at least, the assist of the day. And Columbia City with the lead back 15-14. Down low, Henderson goes up. She got fouled on her way up, but she'll head to the line for two.
Yeah, I like how quickly Crown Point takes the ball out of the rim. You know, get the ball up and try to get the ball down the floor before the defense gets set up.
And you mentioned during the break that Crown Point looked like a completely different team with Henderson sitting on the bench. They did not have that big paint presence, and she hits the first free throw to tie this one up.
Yeah, Columbia City really took advantage of that on the offensive glass and got those second and third opportunities.
Henderson has struggled from the free throw line this year, just 25%. And she misses the second, fight for the rebound, and Tora Holler comes away with it. She'll throw it over to Tonko, who will bring it across the timeline. Looking for space. Columbia City had a long drive today, but they do not look phased at all. A deep three is good from Tonko, and the Eagles have the lead back again.
It's a little simple pass and cut, and Ritchie kind of went below the cutter, got stuck, and left the shooter open.
Ritchie able to beat the press from Columbia City. She spins, goes right at the defense, and lays it up and in.
Nice spin move. That the ability to create your own shot. That's a skill that's lacking with a lot of young players today.
Her and Anissa Tonko have been going back and forth. These 2 point guards have looked terrific today. Columbia City into the lane. Floater is up and good from Isabel Miller.
Yeah, Miller using her left hand.
Her first points of the game, and the lead is back up to 3 for the Eagles. Corner three to tie it up. No good. It's long from Seibert. Long rebound. Ritchie is there. Back up to the top. Then Achanka drives. Floater good.
She's really good at attacking, and that little eyeball fake and little head chid fake just to get around her defender.
Ritchie has been everywhere. She's flying around for rebounds at Columbia City. Loses that one out of bounds. A little miscommunication in the corner.
Yeah, that happens. One of the rules of that handoff is if you dribble at someone, they go back door, and that's what the corner cutter was thinking there.
I think Ritchie is the only player for Crown Point that has not gone to the bench at least 1 point today.
Well, that's what you want out of your point guard.
Sophie Hart back in. She has it at the top. Feeds it to Punak. In the corner, it's Seibert. Now back up top to Ritchie. Crown Point down by 1. These teams have been back and forth all day. Many lead changes, and we're only in half number 1. Ritchie with it on the left wing. Crosses over. Thought about a baseline drive. Now throws it up to the top. Punak for 3. Yes!
Great patience, moving the ball side to side. Good movement without the basketball again.
Columbia City looking to respond. Drive into the lane. Floater off glass. No good for Miller. She gets her own rebound, puts it back up, but she was fouled in the process.
Coach Dangle's going to ask the never-ending question of a coach. Is that she looked like she was over the back a little bit. And
I think he might have an argument there. Miller kind of just reached up, and it looked like it may have been over the head of Punak. But
yeah, the actual call is a push from behind. And so what we try to tell our rebounders is that you not only do you block out, but you have to go after the ball as well. And as soon as you think, you're going after to achieve the ball, then if they're over the pushing from behind, then they'll call it.
So Miller hits 1 of 2 free throws, and Columbia City back down by just 1. Ritchie has it. She pulls a 3. Good! Ava Ritchie is everywhere today. Makes in the wing 3, and Crown Point is up by 4.
Yeah, she plays with no fear, right? She's aggressive, and she's okay making a mistake and just get after the next one.
This is the first time Crown Point has been up 2 scores since it was 7-2. That was the only other time this game has been a 2-score game. These two have been so evenly matched, just back and forth today. Izzy Knitter back into the game, kicks it to the corner. Tonkel for 3. Missed off the side of the backboard. Long rebound is secured by Miller.
You got to go those long shots, those long rebounds. You got to go find someone and get a body on them.
Columbia City is flirting with an over and back penalty, but they get it in the corner. Miller a 3. Missed everything long. Knitter fought for the rebound. She got taken to the ground. No foul called. And up ahead, Crown Point in transition. Pass too long for Punak. She saves it, scramble for it. And it's, I believe it was just thrown out of bounds, or maybe there was a foul called. It looks like it's going to Columbia City.
No, I think Coach Stengel's calling a timeout, and they might have, he wanted a timeout, but
I definitely think he wanted the timeout, but
they didn't give it to him.
Didn't give it to him. Because it was a big scramble. Sydney Hale came up with the ball. She tried to throw it to Punak, but she was standing out of bounds.
Yeah, okay.
Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside for a moment. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in Crown Town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. A little girls basketball action for you tonight, and Crown Point leads a fun one so far against Columbia City, 25-21. Ava Ritchie, the star of the show for Crown Point, already with 10 points in just half number 1.
Yeah, people, you kind of think about Crown Point basketball, and I wonder if the comparison of Carruthers and Stoddard from their state championship reminds me of this pairing, of Henderson and Ritchie. That's a good inside-outside combination, and when Carruthers and Stoddard are both Indiana All-Stars, that makes Coach Seibert look pretty smart. He's a good guy and very smart, of course, but when kids like that, you look real good.
Columbia City was a game away from making the state title last year. They lost in the Final Four of semi-state. They were ranked second in 3A last year, and they are off to a 5-1 start this year.
And Coach Shear's done a good job, been there a long time.
Nice drive underneath for Tucker. She couldn't get the layup to fall. And Crown Point will have it going the other way.
Yeah, it's one of those, Coach won't like that, a foul 80 feet from the basket, a little frustration foul.
That's going to be on Carrington Amber. That's her first. Well, Columbia City coming all the way, multiple-hour drive to get here, but they're hanging around. They won their first game of the day against Maryville, and they would love to get a 2-game sweep of this weekend tournament. Inside, Sydney Hale backing it down, throws it up off glass, misses it just long, and Columbia City has the rebound looking to push.
That's a nice little flex screen off the high back screen. That was a nice little look. Coach Stengel's got some different looks out of that set.
Columbia City has been doing a lot of damage from the perimeter, and they're constantly kicking it out looking for threes. They throw it into the corner for Tucker. She kicks it back up top.
Yeah, you try to get, with a dribble drive, you try to get paint touches. You're trying to drive those elbows.
And Ava Punak was all over that pass trying to get on top of it, but she knocks it out of bounds. Eagles will keep possession with 45 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, Crown Point's doing a pretty good job of stopping them right around the DAC logo. And, and with that help side defense. But like we mentioned, it also it allows the corner shots to be open, and that's where, as you mentioned earlier, Quincy, that far corner has been a very popular spot so far.
They've taken about 5 threes from that far corner. Torah Holler with it, crosses over, feeds it to Izzy Knitter. Driving into the lane and kicking it out for Tucker. Looking for space, throwing up a shot, no good. Rebound comes to Ritchie. 30 seconds left. Will Crown Point hold it or try to move quickly?
I think they're going to go.
Ritchie, top of the key, looking for a screen, throws it into the corner. Grizic now back up top for Hale.
Yeah, you might get to a spot here Coach Stengel calls a set, but there it is. Little horn set.
10 seconds. We saw Columbia City end the first quarter with a buzzer beater. Crown Point looking for space. Here's a three. No good. It's short. Out of bounds as the clock expires. So Crown Point will take a 4-point lead into the locker room. Ritchie leads all scorers with 10. Tonko and Knitter for Columbia City both have 6. This game is a 4-point lead for Crown Point, an exciting first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in Crown Town.
Ava, let's go.
Try it on.
The shortest distance between two people is a smile. That's why we're committed to fighting hunger in our communities until everyone has a reason to smile. Stratton Van Til, where making life easier starts with a smile.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Columbia City and Crown Point locked in a battle. It's the Bulldogs who lead it by 4. Doug, what did you see in that first half? Because it was a fun one.
I really like the ball movement and cutting without the basketball. The dribble drive, as we mentioned, the paint touches, and and cutting without the ball, whether it's a back cut or, as we mentioned, if it goes from the wing to the corner, if you dribble down to the corner, they go back there automatically. But the Crown Point defense is pretty good. As we mentioned, when Hernandez is in there, Henderson's in there, and she really stifles that paint. So they're challenge the Columbia City team to drive at her.
We have 3 awards to name at the end of this game. The Crowell Company's Superhero of the Game, the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, and the Proud Union Home Play of the Game. I'm willing to bet the Play of the Game will come in the second half of this one, but the Superhero of the Game presented by Crowell Company's, the leading candidate so far in the first half has to be Ava Ritchie.
Yeah, she, again, like I mentioned pregame, she's one of the better players here in the region, and what a bright future she has, and it's going to be fun to see her develop and get stronger and grow her game a little bit.
She's averaging 21.7 points per game as a sophomore, and she had 10 in that first half. Crowell Companies have offices open from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. The Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Doug, do you have any leading candidates on that front?
I like Punek so far. Her slashing ability and getting to the rim. She did a good job early on, getting a couple baskets there for Crown Point. And, again, that's just – it's that the lane area is kind of a battlefield, man. That's hard to get. You want finish, and you got to expect contact and expect them not to call anything. So, yeah, she's my leader in the early parts of the game.
That's a good choice. Isabel Miller for Columbia City has also been working very hard on the glass as well for them, so I think she's also in the running for that as well. Earn while you learn with the Boilermakers Local 374 apprenticeship program, and then at the end of the game we will name the Ironworkers Local 395 Play of the Game. So far, I would have to say it's the buzzer beater at the end of the first quarter by Izzy Knitter of Columbia City, but there are still plenty of more plays to happen in this one. To find out how you can become a Union Ironworker, visit ironworkers395.com. We will be back with more second half action next. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in Crown Town.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
Located in the heart of downtown Indianapolis, the newly renovated Hampton Inn is within walking distance to over 30 restaurants and attractions, including Lucas Oilfield and Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a fitness center. Why wait? Make your reservations today. Call 317-261-1200 or make them on the web at hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
At Blyce, we're used to having the athlete shop at our store.
Down, sit, put.
But sometimes they get carried away. Blyce, this is where the athlete shops.
Located in the heart of downtown Indianapolis, the newly renovated Hampton Inn is within walking distance to over 30 restaurants and attractions, including Lucas Oilfield and Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a fitness center. Why wait? Make your reservations today. Call 317-261-1200 or make them on the web at hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Crown Point and Columbia City about to get things started for the second half. It was a big day for the region yesterday. Two football teams punched their ticket to the state title, and Drayen and Maryville will both be heading down to Indianapolis to play for it all.
It's really neat that they're separated by about 5 minutes driving down Broadway, but yeah, what an exciting time, and those are two teams that we kind of were following throughout the year as teams that could potentially make it down there.
And Drayen will take on Brownstown Central. Maryville will have their hands full with New Palestine. Second half set to start here from Crown Point between Columbia City and the Bulldogs. It's Crown Point who leads at 25-21. Columbia City, one of the best teams at the 3A level. Crown Point emerging back as one of the better teams in 4A. And these two were not separated by much in the first half.
No, it's going to come down to those details, as you mentioned, the blockouts, the free throws, the turnovers.
Both teams will switch baskets, and Columbia City will have the first possession of half number 2. Miller looking for it on the wing. Now down low to Tonko. Backing it down. Looking for space. Drops it off. Up and under. Layup is no good, but getting fouled on her way up was Claudia Strack.
She might have got away with an extra step there. I like the step-through move for the big guys, but maybe from our angle she looked like she got an extra step.
Well, she got away with it, and she will be headed to the line. She's shooting 57% from the stripe so far on the young season.
And that was offensively a different look. It was a nice little kind of after a dead ball situation play, a little set play there by Coach Shear.
First one too long from Strack. And on the defensive end for Columbia City, we saw them switch up between a trap and a 2-3 zone on almost every possession. So we'll see what they go to down the floor to start half number 2. Strack misses her second. And a foul underneath on Crown Point on that rebound attempt. I think it was a lane violation.
Well, she's going to get one more shot.
So Strack will get another chance to knock one down. And she does not make the most of her mulligan. And Crown Point will have it the other way, up 4. Ritchie crosses over, kicks it to the corner. Now back to Ritchie.
A little horn set up top here, Quincy.
Ritchie looking for space. Punak down low to Henderson, and is taken away by Anissa Tonko.
Nice help side defense there by Tonko.
She's moving it the other way. Miller with it. Top of the key looking for space. She's guarded very tightly by Seibert. Now it's back to Tonko. She drives, spins at the free throw line, and through it. Got tipped by Sydney Hale, who knocks it out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Eagles.
That was good defense there by Manchus, using her body, not reaching in.
Columbia City looking to tie this one up with under 7 to go in quarter number 3. Izzy Knitter tried to drop it off. Now it's a fadeaway jumper rattling in and out for Tora Holler. And Henderson comes down with the rebound, and she'll let Ritchie take it up across the timeline. Ritchie over to Punak, now Hale. Back to Punak. Crown Point just swinging it around the three-point line, looking for space. Now it's Ritchie in the corner. Up top to Hale. She'll drive through the lane. Scoop layup is good with the right hand.
Yeah, that's a little chin set with The post player setting up big back screens and ball screens on top.
This is the biggest lead of the day for Crown Point at 6. Floater is left short by Tora Holler, and Henderson has another rebound. Ritchie the other way quickly, goes right to the rack and lays it in.
Yeah, she's got another gear there, Quincy, and get an early timeout here from Columbia City.
Columbia City will talk it over. They find themselves down 8 with 6 minutes to go in the third. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in Crown Town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Crown Point with the first 2 baskets of the second half. They find themselves up 8 with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter, and Columbia City had seen enough. They wanted to talk things over before the lead got any bigger. We'll see if they have a response coming out of the timeout. Holler finds Tonko in the corner, crossing over and looking for space. Now back to Holler. Looking, she's double-teamed and is tied up with Punak. It'll go to the possession arrow, and that means Crown Point has the possession back.
Yeah, again, Punak's not a name that we've been calling a whole lot. She's only got 7 points, which is second leading for Crown Point. But we talk about contributing without putting the ball in the basket, right? Find other ways to help the team win, and she's pretty good at that right now.
Getting her team a possession up 8, and Crown Point can make it double digits here with the ball.
I like watching them move without the basketball, Quincy, sorry.
No, it's good teams move when they don't have the ball to try to set up space for the players that do have the ball. It's a lost start in basketball, and there you see, cutting right to the rack, Sydney Hale for 2.
Yeah, Hale, little back, little eye contact with the ball carrier and set up the back cut there.
Columbia City needs a basket to keep pace. Holler throws it up off glass and good.
Trying to keep him in the ball game here. Like you said, it feels like Crown Point could pull away here.
31-23. Crown Point leads it by 8. Henderson, top of the key, throws it on the wing to Ritchie. Now Henderson sets a screen for Ritchie, who pulls up from the free throw line and hits it.
Ritchie just keeps coming. She's persistent.
Columbia City trying to work quickly the other way. Miller looking to drive into the lane. Hale knocked it out of her hands, but committed a reaching foul in the process.
Yeah, we talk about when you're trying to reach for the ball like that, you want to work under the ball. If you're coming from the top, you just looks like you're coming with the hammer. So it might have been ball, but it sure looked like a foul.
So Columbia City will inbound from the side, and they throw it over to Tonko. She's hit 2 threes in this game for her 6 points, both from the corner. And it's almost taken away by Ritchie. She tapped it out. Now Hale trying to save it. She just can't quite keep it in. But
yeah.
Crown Point is active on defense.
They're disrupting the flow. When you get those tips, it disrupts the flow of the offense.
Columbia City was hitting a lot of shots from outside, especially from that far corner, but they've had no room to work from that area here in this second half with just over 4 to play in the third.
Yeah, they've kind of changed that. This is a little flex look here, Quincy. A little old-school flex look.
Down low, Tonko looking, spinning, throws it up, and it's blocked by Henderson.
Yeah, the hard part about that is Henderson is there, so she kind of is the one-man flex breaker.
2 subs checking in for Crown Point. Sophie Hart and Renee Grizich will come in for Punak and Seibert. We'll see if Columbia City has an answer. Again, Tonko will knock down the jumper. No offensive foul called there. But a nice job of creating space for Anissa Tonko. The lead is back down to 8 for Crown Point. And they're going to call a timeout and talk things over with just under 4 to go in quarter number 3. We'll be back in a moment. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in Crown Town.
Ava, let's go. Try it on.
The shortest distance between two people is a smile. That's why we're committed to fighting hunger in our communities. Until everyone has a reason to smile. Stratton Van Til, where making life easier starts with a smile.
.356 to go in quarter number 3. Quincy Bell alongside me, Doug Nelson. Crown Point has gotten the lead up to 8, and they've kept it there for the majority of this third quarter.
Yeah, again, it just feels like it's imminent that they're going to pull away here, but Columbia City's doing a good job hanging around.
Up top, Henderson is just too tall. Gets the pass and the layup to go.
Nice left-hand finish, too, there.
Columbia City looking. Holler. Now Tonko in the corner. Looking against Hale. Spinning. Throwing it back up top. Tucker is caught up inside. Now back out to Tonko. Driving into the lane. Floater is no good. Fight for the rebound. Columbia City keeps it. 3 by Tucker, no good. And Henderson comes and fights for the rebound. Ritchie the other way with 3:20 to go. And she threw it almost out of bounds. Tonko got a hand on that one. And that was why it got knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, you got to shorten that pass a little bit. Maybe take one more dribble and get a better angle to start that offense.
Couple of subs coming in for Columbia City. Bunch of new faces on the court.
What I was going to mention, Quincy, was game 2 here in one day. You see who's got the depth for the second half here.
Tried to go back to Henderson, but that layup doesn't go. And the Eagles looking to cut into this 10-point lead with 3 minutes to go in the third. Up top, Izzy Knitter, guarded by Ava Ritchie.
Staying in that flex look.
Sola Holler with it. Now throws it over to Jillian Morrow. Ritchie is on her now. It's Miller. Over to Holler. She had it knocked away by Sydney Hale, who's going the other way. One-on-one stops. Almost had it taken away by Tora Holler, but she committed a foul in the process.
She had help with her, too, coming. She could have dished it off there.
So instead, Hale will go to the line, shooting 67% from the line so far this year.
Yeah, Hart was coming to help, but Hale was ready to go all going up with the ball.
First free throw is no good. Anissa Tonko is checking back in. She sat for all of about 30 seconds there.
Yeah. Coach said, "You're good. Get in."
10-point lead for Crown Point. Second free throw from Hale is good.
But those are the kids you want on your team. They don't want to, they don't want them to break. Ritchie hasn't come out.
No, she has not. I believe that's the first time we've seen Tonko go to the bench at all.
Yeah.
Ritchie is all over Izzy Knitter right now, but Miller drives into the lane. Floater is good.
Yeah, that's got to be a scouting report there. That's her second or third left-handed little floater.
Ritchie the other way, trying to build this lead up higher for Crown Point. They lead it by 9, but Columbia City is as capable as any team of going on a run. Just over 2 minutes to go, and Crown Point does not look to be in any hurry right now.
Kind of stagnant right now. People standing around. I was bragging on their off-the-ball movement, and they're kind of flat-footed right now.
And Columbia City came away with a steal there. Tonko finds Miller. She's back into the lane, now kicks it out. Holler drives, layup, no good. She gets her own miss. Looking to throw it out, she finds Miller. Drives again, another floater, too long. And I believe it's staying with Columbia City. They're going to get Henderson for a push-off on that rebound.
Yeah, that's a good call. I like the physicality, and the effort going after it, but you got to, especially when they're in the air, you're not going to get that, you're not going to get away with that.
Punak and Cyber, 2 starters for Crown Point, are checking back in. Baseline inbound for Columbia City. They get it right to Miller. She can't finish on the layup. It's knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Eagles. Minute 44 to go in the third quarter, and these are a couple big possessions for Columbia City. They'd ideally like to get this lead down to about 6 or 5 headed into the fourth. They throw it up to Tonko. She'll pull a mid-range jumper and misses it short. Battle for the rebound, and Punak has it.
It's just kind of one of those periods in the game. It feels like a lull. But who's gonna put their foot on the gas here and pull away?
Seibert has it, drops it down low, and Sola Holler with a reach in there. I think they called a foul off the ball.
Did they call it 3 seconds?
They may have.
That was a quick 3 seconds.
However you slice it, it's Columbia City with the ball the other way. And it's taken away by Hale. Her second steal. She goes up, and she gets it with the foul.
Well, and one, finishing through contact. I love it. I also love to see the emotion afterwards, Having fun on the court.
It's her second breakaway layup. Here's another look at it. Just anticipated the pass, took it away, and there was no one left to stop her. Finishing through the contact. It's 38-27, the lead for Crown Point. Hale completes the three-point play, and Crown Point leads it by 12.
It's kind of a danger zone here for Columbia City. We've been mentioning it just feels like it, right? They're going to extend this lead.
They could really use a basket here in this final minute, but Crown Point is everywhere. Hale again up to Punak. Pass is just too long. It'll roll out and go back to Columbia City.
Yeah, the Crown Point defense is I think it's wearing on the Columbia City offense right now. Crown Point's very physical on the ball.
Sydney Hale was not one of those players we mentioned who's big in the steal department, but that's already 3 for her in this game.
Yeah, she's very active here in the early going of this quarter.
Tonka with the top of the key, under a minute to go in the third. Finds Holler. Jab step looking for space. Now it's Izzy Knitter with it. Now Miller thought about a three, now drives into the lane, drops it off for Knitter. Over in the corner. Columbia City cycling it around. 33 seconds to go in the third.
I love their patience with the ball.
Tonko tied up and lost it all alone as Addison Seibert lays it up and in. 41-27 for Crown Point. They have put on a clinic in this third quarter. 15 seconds left for the Eagles.
Yeah, clinic of half-court defense. Really, really hammering down, and they sense blood in the water here.
Holler outside to Tonkel. 5 seconds. She drives in, lays it up, no good. Rebound Punak. And she traveled with 2.5 seconds to go in the quarter. So Columbia City will have time for one last shot attempt and try to take something positive into the fourth quarter. They throw it. Tonkel, fadeaway jumper, knocks it down. The second buzzer beater of the game for Columbia City, but they still find themselves down 12, headed into the fourth quarter. We'll be back with coverage in a moment. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in Crown Town.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Mayor Pete Land and the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldog Athletics and say, "Go Bulldogs!" Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best city services, and encouraging smart growth. Open skate returns to the Timothy Gurish Ice Rink at Bulldog Park on Friday, November 28th, weather permitting. For complete schedule of hours, visit crownpoint.in.gov. Crown Point in that third quarter outscored Columbia City 16-8, and they've gotten the lead all the way up to 12. Pass is knocked out of bounds by Ava Punak, but Columbia City has some work to do to make things interesting in this fourth quarter.
As we mentioned on the break, I think Columbia City's got to work really hard for every basket, and again, that just wears on you. And it's really a testament to Crown Point's half-court defense here.
Miller with it up top, throws it into Knitter, lost it, tie up on the ground, and the possession arrow will keep things with Columbia City. Or
see if they're picking up a little full court here, Quincy.
The possession arrow on the scoreboard said it was with Columbia City, but Crown Point will have the possession. And you're right, Columbia City picking up all the way under both baskets. Ritchie drives, kicks it outside. Crown Point driving into the lane. Layup is good from Aaliyah Menchaca. She's 43-29.
Yeah, she's got a few of those, man. She did a really good job of getting the ball in the lane.
Columbia City looking to respond. Tonko thought about a corner three. Now throws it up top for Miller. Driving through. She got tied up. And now the possession arrow will keep it with Columbia City.
Wow, I thought there might have been a little reaching and foul on the Crown Point defense. But, again, it's just their active hands and causing disruption.
These refs have let a lot of stuff go today. Tonko at the free throw line had it stripped. Ball slowly rolls out of bounds, and the Eagles will keep it. I feel like also Columbia City has been less aggressive when it comes to taking shots. They were letting everything fly in that first quarter.
Yeah, well, I think that's also has something to do with Crown Point's defense. They're just nothing's easy.
Miller into the lane. Down low, Holler pulls up for a floater and gets it to rattle home.
That little intermediate jumper right around the DAC logo, that's about what they're getting so far.
Ritchie trying to go coast to coast, throws up the layup, no good. Tonko has the rebound, looking to move quickly for Columbia City. Throws it on the wing, Holler for three. No good, it's long. High rebound is knocked around, and it comes to Ava Punak.
Yeah, Hale caught that one right in the face. I think that in itself gives her makes her a nominee for the Blue Collar Award.
No, she was working really hard on that defensive end in the third quarter, so she might have it. Foul is called underneath.
I saw that.
Tonko got a little bit tied up with Ava Ritchie.
Yeah, we talk about making contact when they cut through the lane, but you can't do it right in front of the official.
Yeah, those are the two leading scorers in this game. Ritchie has 14, Tonko has 10. Possession back with Crown Point. They throw it inside to Ritchie, who's double-teamed, but she gets it back out with some space. And she pulls a deep three. Misses it, and the rebound comes to Tora Holler. 12-point deficit for Columbia City as they look to chip away. Mid-range jumper is left short. Out of bounds. It'll go to Crown Point.
That was a really good job of blocking out. We talked about that down at the other end earlier, and that's – you keep doing it, then the officials will eventually call it.
Punak will inbound it, and Columbia City trying to do anything they can on this defensive end.
When you have Ava Ritchie, it's like a one-man press break. So just get out of the way and give her the ball.
Under 6 minutes to go in this one. Punak drives, throws it up with the right hand, and gets it to fall.
Yeah, that's that chin look, and comes off the screen by Menchaca, and she did a great job of getting the ball and getting downhill.
On the other end, off glass and good for Claudia Strack, so the Eagles answer. And now Ritchie the other way, breaks the press, and she has space. She's now double-teamed. And almost threw it away, but Menchaca has it. Down low, Seibert off glass, good.
They say 2 passes out of a trap should be a layup or a dunk, and that was the Crown Point showing that off there.
3 on the other end for Columbia City, no good, knocked out of bounds. Who has it? No call yet. Looks like it will be staying with Columbia City. But they've been getting a few open threes, but have not been able to hit them like they were in that first quarter.
Yeah, as we mentioned, second game of the day, might be a little tired.
Man, Sydney Hale is everywhere. Almost came away with 2 different steals there up top.
Yeah.
It'll stay with Columbia City only because of a kickball violation.
Love to see the hustle on the defensive end, man. She's all over the place.
She might be that leading candidate for the blue collar player of the game. Columbia City trails it by 14, and they need a bucket in the worst possible way. Tonkel drives, spins, kicks it. Holler thought about a three. Now she'll spin and give way to Izzy Knitter.
Yeah, they need to reverse the basketball, try to get the ball to the side like that there.
Tonkel drives, throws up a layup, and she got fouled on her way up.
Yeah, that's the dribble drive, and as we mentioned, that was kind of the defensive play that Crown Point was making early in the game. But when you move that defense side to side, get them a little bit out of position.
Columbia City has only been able to muster up 12 points in this second half. It's been a clinic defensively for Crown Point. Tonkel to the line for two, and she hits her first. Got it to rattle home. That ball hit every inch of the rim. She now has 11.
Menchaca's going to the bench. Those minutes add up, and again, the ability to go 2 or 3 deep off your bench helps. And Menchaca's been really good of going to the basket and playing on the defensive end as well.
Tonkel hit her second, so the lead is back down to 12, but we have a timeout on the floor. We'll step aside for a moment. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in Crown Town.
Hi, I'm Crown Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crown Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crown Company's Insurance Professionals, Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
4:30 and change to go here from Crown Point High School. The Bulldogs lead the Eagles of Columbia City 47-35. It's been a great second half for Crown Point, especially on the defensive end. Sydney Hale has been flying around with multiple steals, and Ava Ritchie has just been doing her thing on the offensive end. She has 14, leading all scorers in this one.
Yeah, Hale's really a spark plug on the defensive end, just like I said, being disruptive, messing up that flow. And, you know, again, with that dribble drive, you just get those tips and deflections. You might not get the steal, but it messes up the continuity of that offense.
Sydney Hale also has 8 points to go with those steals. Ava Punak is sitting with 9, and Addison Seibert sitting with 7. So an even scoring distribution for the most part for Crown Point, and Columbia City will go to the press and try to force some turnovers in this one, but Ritchie beats the press, goes right to the basket, and lays it up and in.
Yeah, great job by Henderson finding the ball, finding your point guard and getting it to her.
On the other end, Columbia City looking for an answer. Tonkel drives, throws it inside to Knitter. Now back Tonkel. She pulls a three, and she hits it. Is that the spark that Columbia City needs? They have the lead back down to 11.
Yeah, it allows them to set up their full court press, and Ritchie's not bringing the ball up the court, so you wonder if
Punak picked up her dribble. She had to throw it up to Henderson, who gets it, but Tonkel takes it away.
Yeah, the turnover came. Ritchie didn't have the ball in her hands.
Quickly the other way, the Eagles look. Layup no good, but rebound comes to Knitter, who throws it up and in. 49-40 as Columbia City looks to chip into this lead.
Yeah, now Crown Point looks like the tired team.
Almost another steal, but Crown Point beats it. Henderson looking, kicks it, three. No good, it's long. Tonkel will let the ball just roll out of bounds, and the Eagles will have it back. Don't go anywhere, folks. This game not over yet. That looked like maybe a little bit of an ill-advised shot for Crown Point. No need to really rush that three with so little time left on the clock. Another three from the Eagles, just long, and Punak skies high for the rebound.
Yeah, if you're Coach Stengel, you might want to slow it down a little bit. Again, as we mentioned, I think you got some tired bodies out there right now.
And that's what he just motioned to from the bench. Don't rush anything here. 3 minutes to go. Crown Point looks like they are in no hurry. They find Ritchie in the corner. Gets a screen from Henderson, drives into the lane, layup, lost it out of bounds, and Columbia City will have it back with just under 3 to play.
Yeah, she just lost it going up. Coach Stengel thought it was tipped or something, but
Just slipped out of her hand.
She just lost the ball.
The Eagles look to push Tonkel. Mid-range jumper, good. She is on fire in these last couple of minutes. She has 17 now to lead all scorers. Quickly the other way, Crown Point, they throw it over to Hale. It's out of bounds, but tipped by Tonkel. So it'll stay with Crown Point, but she is everywhere in these last couple minutes.
Yeah, great deflection. They're hustling down the floor. There's a timeout. This is as we mentioned, two tired teams out there right now.
Columbia City has taken advantage. They've cut the lead to 7. We will be back shortly. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in Crown Town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Crown Point and Columbia City locked in a battle here with under 3 minutes to play. The Bulldogs lead it by 7. The lead was up to as much as 14, but Columbia City has chipped into it a little bit, mostly from the play of Anissa Tonkel.
Yeah, she's been all over again, being that little energy. She's bringing the energy right now, and you talk about this. Sometimes you play in these tournaments and there's not a really big crowd. We used to say you got to bring your own energy. BYOE. You got to bring it in, and that's what she's done here. And again, we talked about that. The game goes in streaks, and sometimes it feels like there's a lull. And right now, she's got her foot on the gas, and she just looks faster than everybody else.
She leads all scorers with 17, but she goes to the bench here with 2:43. I'd imagine she won't be there for long. Columbia City looking to come away with another defensive stand. Crown Point throws it all the way to the corner for Addison Seibert, and she'll get it up top to Ritchie. A basket would be massive for Crown Point to get that lead up to 9.
Yeah, Columbia City is really picking up their on-ball defense right now.
Someone got knocked to the floor. No foul call. Crown Point will keep it and look to just make some smart passes. Ritchie with it. 2:20 to go. Crosses over, drives into the lane. Floater is up and good.
Nice left hand.
51-42, and Columbia City is playing with urgency. In the corner, Holler a 3. Misses it long. Henderson had the rebound but lost it. So possession will stay with the Eagles.
Yeah, it's impressive. Columbia City, they've only played 2 or 3 people off the bench. So they're doing this with like 6 or 7 kids right now.
Tonkel checks back in. 2 minutes to go, they trail by 9. Holler looking for space. They swing it around now. Tonkel has it. She'll drive. Lays it up. Misses it long. Rebound tapped around. Punak has it, but she's tied up. And the jump ball will give the possession back to Crown Point.
Yeah, I'm sure Columbia City will be full court defense here.
Punak will inbound it. Ritchie has 2 on her. They throw it over to Hale, who gets it.
2 people holding her, by the way, right there.
That's for sure. But Hale will get it up across the timeline. Punak finds Ritchie. She has 18 to lead all scorers today. There we have a foul. It's a reach-in on Izzy Knitter.
Yeah, Coach Shearer is trying to get their kids to foul, I believe.
Minute 33, Columbia City would need a lot to tie this one up.
Yeah, again, this is one of those where that double bonus rule. I missed the 1-and-1, Quincy.
I do too. I'm a big fan of the 1-and-1. Really forces you to make
the first one.
Make your free throws.
Yeah, they're really picking it up.
So Holler gets the foul there, and it looks like Crown Point is now in the bonus. So.
Not yet.
Or not yet. They have a little B next to their name on the scoreboard. But I think they need maybe one more to go to the line. Punak is almost stepped on that half-court line.
Yeah.
But instead it comes to Hale, who's fouled.
Yeah, you don't want to work too close to that half-court line. That acts as another defender.
Yeah, that's for sure. Hale 2 for 2 from the line today. We'll have 2 more shots here. First one good, and the lead's back up to 10 for the Bulldogs.
Got some subs coming in. Might be a little offense-defense look for both teams.
Well, this is the first time we've seen Richie go to the bench at all today.
Yeah.
Second free throw, no good. Columbia City trailing by 10. Tonko leaves it. Holler pulls a 3. Top of the key, no good. Long rebound. Tonko has it in the corner. Drives baseline. Looking back up top, Miller. Now Holler drives. Thought about a shot. Now goes up with the right. No good. Rebound comes to Knitter off glass. No good. And Henderson has the rebound.
Yeah, he had 3 shots at it. You got to take advantage if you're Columbia City there.
Minute left. Columbia City looking to foul. No foul committed yet. It's Hale in the corner. Just waiting, and Crown Point is just passing it around, and now it is Seibert who gets fouled with 48 seconds left.
Yeah, Richie's getting ready to go back in, but with 10-point lead under a minute, you can take a little risk there and have her get a break.
Crown Point just 48 seconds away from starting the year 6-0. First free throw no good from Seibert. That's her first missed free throw of the year. She was 100% before that one.
As you mentioned, you play these good teams in the regular season or pre-conference period, as we mentioned, and it just helps you down the road.
Second one good. 53-42, and the defense in this second half for Crown Point has been great. They've given up 21 points in this second half, 21 in the first half as well. Tonko kicks it. Holler steps inside the three-point line, pulls a jumper, and hits it. 53-44, and a timeout is called. We'll keep it here with just 32 seconds left to play, but this was a fun one, but it was that third quarter that really kind of expanded this lead for Crown Point.
Yeah, you talk about a period, the last couple minutes of the second quarter and the first couple minutes of the third quarter, that little part there. And again, it just sometimes teams have a little lull there, and it's kind of, you start looking at the scoreboard or looking ahead, and whoever keeps their foot on the gas, that's where you can really get separation.
So 32 seconds left in this one. Crown Point has really, since Columbia City has brought out the press, it was really a couple bad possessions that got the lead back down to 7 for Crown Point. But since then, they've just been finding Richie, who's been getting across that press with ease.
And as you said, Columbia City is kind of gambling right now. So if you're Crown Point, you can move the ball around and be very patient, reverse it a couple times. You're going to get something wide open inside.
Punak will inbound it, and she finds Richie. Crosses over and lost it out of bounds. Just too slippery with the hands for Richie.
Yeah, tried to go between the legs there and had one of her few mistakes of the night.
So Columbia City will need a quick shot off this possession, trailing by 9. They find Tonko, who has it baseline. Spinning around, throws it up, but she got fouled by Hale on her way up.
Yeah, a little body. Kind of got her with her hip.
So she'll go to the line for 2. If she makes both of them, the lead will be down to 7.
Yeah, if you're Columbia City, you want to score with the clock stopped.
That's exactly what you would want. First one. No good. It's too long from Tonko.
You got to convert those free throws, though.
Tonko has played almost every single minute of this one, just like Richie. She's been all over her as much as she can defensively. Misses the second. Long rebound. Henderson in the corner with it. Finds Richie, and Crown Point with numbers the other way. Up ahead, Hale. Bounce pass down to Seibert, who couldn't get a clean handle. Back to Hale. She goes up and hits it. With just 10 seconds to go, that should do it here for Crown Point. Columbia City looking for one last basket up top. Sola Holler pulls a 3, misses it long. No tie-up on the rebound. Punak has it, and she will dribble out the clock. The Bulldogs take this one, and they are 6-0 with a 55-44 win over Columbia City.
Yeah, I just thought I'm really excited to watch both teams as the year moves along, but they both work really hard and a lot of talent on the floor here tonight.
We will be back with awards next. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in Crown Town.
Ava, let's go.
Try it on.
The shortest distance between two people is a smile. That's why we're committed to fighting hunger in our communities. Until everyone has a reason to smile. Stratton Van Til, where making life easier starts with a smile.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Crown Point takes this one, 55-44 of Columbia City. It's time to name some awards. First of which, the Crowell Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. It's going to be Ava Ritchie for Crown Point. 18 points, did not commit a foul either throughout that entire game. She was the leading scorer out of everyone, and she's going to get the player of the game today.
Yeah, again, she's your one-man press breaker. She had a couple turnovers there late, but I would contribute a little bit of that to the fatigue of being on the court for 2 games so much. And, again, she's one of the better players, if not the best player in the Duneland Conference, and she's going to have a very solid year this year.
Crowell Companies are the business professionals proud to recognize the superheroes on the basketball court. Next, we have the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. We are going to give it to Sydney Hale. The sophomore guard came away with multiple steals and was working very hard on the defensive end. She only averages 5.7 points per game on the year, but she had 11 today, partly due to some breakaway steals. She is your Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Earn while you learn with the Boilermakers Local 374 Apprenticeship Program. And last, but certainly not least, we have the Proud Union Home Play of the Game, and it's going to be Sydney Hale with the breakaway layup and steal. Got the layup to fall with the foul, pushed the lead up to double digits for Crown Point, and they did not look back. You'll get a look at it right now, just anticipating the pass, taking it away, going up through the contact, and finishing. Nice job by her. If you want to find out how you can become a union ironworker, visit ironworkers395.com. You got any lasting thoughts here, Doug? It was a pretty good game that we watched between both these teams.
Yeah, here in the region, the Duneland's going to be interesting with Crown Point and Chestenon's right there, and Lake Central, and Valpo, of course, who's also got Division I Lily Barnes. So it's a good mix of teams here this year. And as far as Columbia City and Northridge coming in, what a good day. And I know Northridge has a nice holiday tournament as well. So. Anytime you can find good basketball here in the north, it's good to do it early in the year, and there's also a good set of holiday tournaments coming up. So, it's all gearing up here for the conference part of the season.
For myself and Doug Nelson, our producer Zach Miller, our cameraman Thomas March, a special thank you to the coaches Amy Shearer of Columbia City and Bradley Stengel of Crown Point, the athletic directors Kelly Leitch of Columbia City and Bill Derula of Crown Point. And for all of you watching on IHSA Champions Network, Facebook, and YouTube, we thank you. Have a great Thanksgiving week, everybody.